We got the Dallas Fuel taking on the Houston Outlaws. It's a battle of the Western squads.
Best shots at having a Western team that would be able to win the event.
Our team, the Dallas Fuel, was announced first, so when I got the news that another team was going to try to claim Texas, I knew we had to stomp them and claim our mark.
Yeah, they may have been announced first, but we are still better than them.
We are here for this Texas matchup. Yeehaw, Monte Cristo!
Well, our preseason match against the Fuel was very close.
That was the best 0-2 of the entire preseason. They actually put up a fight against the Dallas Fuel.
So during preseason, against the Outlaws, we went 3-2. I don't even know how we let them get away with 2 wins in the first place.
Is Houston Outlaws on the same level as Dallas Fuel right now?
I think the favorite is us. We have the best players, we have the best fans, and we represent the best city.
This is going to be an insanely fun matchup to watch.
The toughest thing about the Outlaws are going to be their tank duo, Luma and Cool Matt. I think if we can take care of that, then the rest should follow.
A scatter arrow can instantly kill a tank.
Oh, there we go.
There we go. Thank you, Seagull.
Me and Muma have history.
There's a bit of a rivalry back from even past games and stuff.
Can't wait to push him off the map. Can't wait to show him who's boss.
Are these our two best Western teams?
We're the best team in Texas because we have the experience.
Outlaws, step it up, get ready, because we're coming.
No, definitely not. Texas ain't big enough for the two of us, you know? There's a new sheriff in town. It's the Outlaws.
And here we have it. I mean, the battle for Texas, there's no better way of putting it. It's a battle for the West as well. I mean, Dallas Fuel has been the team to watch from the West for so long now. And all of a sudden, you've got these Houston upstarts. They're just showing up and pumping bullets into them.
Yeah, I mean, they're upstarts, but this team has played together a lot under different formats and different names. And we'll see. And yeah, they have different players. But I got to say, as far as the hair battle goes, Outlaws are winning it. Between Raucus and Cool Matt, that's a lot of product going on. So they've at least got that one going. But I say there's probably undecided people in the audience figure out which Texas team they're going to root for. They've already decided which LA team they're going to root for. We're going to Horizon next. I'm hoping that we see a lot of tanks here because it's something that Dallas has brought out.
It's got to happen. We don't have any subs either, and I wanted to touch on that because, you know, XQC, he was a little spicy there in that video, right? You know, I don't know how we even gave them 2 maps. How does he feel now? You're down 0-1, XQC. Where are you?
It's so strange because XQC is usually really quiet, kind of coy. I don't know if you've seen his stream. He's a really humble guy.
It's like a library in there, you know?
Yeah,
I know, it's
exactly.
ruined. The peace.
No talking. Someone comes in and shushes him.
And then he puts his hoodie on, tightens it up, and you know that it's game time for XQC. Yeah, he's got one of the best streams. If you guys haven't checked it out, be sure to head over to Twitch and check it out there. But, I mean, we're going to have now the Assault map that's going to be coming up. And so, man, pressure's really going to be on here for Dallas because there's no way that they can allow themselves to go down 0-3 at the beginning of this league. Not with their pedigree, and certainly not against Dallas. Not against, obviously, Houston.
Yeah, expectations were a little bit higher, although, you know, I'm of the mind, if they go down 0-3, it's going to be the best 0-3 in the league. I mean, just granted who they've played against, but obviously if you're Dallas, you did not expect for that to happen. They kind of usually are a team that starts slow, so losing the first map isn't going to tilt them. They're used to playing from behind like that. They're usually pretty surprised when they win the first map, so it's just about how can they bounce back. Do not let the emotions or the pressure of the situation get the better of them. And they did mention they're the more experienced team. These guys have been on stage more than the Houston Outlaws, and they're going to have to rely on that as we go into Horizon Lunar Colony.
Certainly, they have a long experience of competing against the best over in Korea as well. And so, I mean, with that kind of pressure on you, you have to know how to perform. And already we're going to be keeping an eye on things here because Dallas Fuel will be the ones starting things off here on the attacking side. Very curious to see what they have in store for us, seeing as how they are always changing it up. They are always challenging the meta. But for now, at least, it doesn't seem like it's too unreasonable here, Hex. It actually seems kind of vanilla.
It looks pretty standard. The player I want to watch going forward here is going to be Custa, the Fuel's Mercy. There were a lot of times he got himself in bad positions in that last map, going for resurrections. Sometimes you have to leave your man on the ground.
All right, well, Coco just launching himself in there. He's going to get followed up here by Mickey as well. Mickey just checking the high ground, making sure that there's no unwelcome surprises up there. Does not want to get his head picked off. Sure enough, we're going to have Jake on the Junkrat. I mean, he did a fantastic job on the first map, so I'm curious to see how much damage he'll be able to do. And, well, never mind. Effect is already dead. Thank you, Jake. Perfect.
Very aggressive play by Jake. He comes over the top because he knows he's got the heals in his pockets, and he's just able to punish. Effect aggressive again, but he lays the trap, and they will demech Mickey. That's as good as a kill sometimes. Now if they can finish off the baby diva, as we call her.
Exactly. Just draw it out. You can see Cool Matt kind of toying with her as well. Mickey needs to get back into that mech as fast as possible here. He needs to get that pressure going. Seagull looking for an angle, and Jake already has a rip tire. This is not allowed. You cannot allow this to delay you further if you are Dallas. And sure enough, Seagull will find it and shut it down.
Seagull's had a good game so far. He took out his counterpart in Linkser, who has actually switched off of the Genji and is on to Tracer now instead. But they haven't really gotten aggressive yet. That might open it up as Linkser dies to chips as he was challenging that Zed.
That's one of the most satisfying kills you can get in the game. When you're playing Zenyatta and you drop a Tracer, that's just a feel-good moment. And so is Seagull taking down Jake. Banny is there to get the res on Linkser, though, and that is the Valkyrie used very early on here for Houston. So we'll see if he'll be able to stay alive, if the healing throughput is going to make the difference. And so far, it's definitely looking pretty solid here for Houston.
Custa does pop his Valkyrie a little bit later, but they overlap their ultimates. The Transcendence was going on at the exact same time. A later Transcend from Houston might be able to bring them back, but overall, having a later Valkyrie just means you're definitely going to have an advantage in that fight. Can they capitalize on it?
Yeah, you have to wait till the commit comes in, and already trading frags left and right. FX falls back, and he gets caught by Cool Matt. No space there. Mickey going for the big... Oh, no, he sinks it right into the corner. What a self-destruct.
Yeah, they were able to take down the opposing Mercy there. Mickey now pressuring everybody out. Cool Matt will finally fall. No Bunny Blaster kills for him as they do try to clean this up. Some good stall out. Reinforcements are coming back onto the point for Houston, but it might have reached that tipping point. And it has. Dallas will take the first point of Horizon Lunar Colony.
It gets chaotic, it gets tough to read sometimes, but I do like the fact that Houston Outlaws, it seemed like they really just wanted to have as little presence on the point as possible to avoid getting the picks until the fight actually came through. And maybe Custa holding on to that Valkyrie just a little bit longer is what made the difference there for Dallas when it got drawn out.
Both of these teams are known for being kind of slow-rolling, methodical, and patient. It's not the fast and furious scrap, everyone get in their style that some other teams in the Overwatch League have displayed. It definitely is some logic to their reasons here.
Nice. Great positioning from Mickey there to protect his back line. You could tell that's exactly what Jake was hunting for. He wanted to find those squishies, but it wasn't meant to be. And Seagull already getting caught out here by Cool Matt. Cool Matt decides to back up, and Jake with the kill. In fact, two of them. Chip Saiyan goes down as well, and that pretty much has to put a stop to things here for Dallas. They're going to have to fall back and reset.
There's a lot of established synergies in the Overwatch meta, in the Overwatch universe. I think this is becoming a new one. When you lay down the supercharger from Orisa, colloquially referred to as bongos, and you've got a Junkrat that's going to hit mines, because a damage-boosted Junkrat, well, that might as well just be a delete key.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, you hit the one mine. Even his frags at that point are just going to do so much damage. But that is going to slow things down here for Dallas, and they didn't exactly have the fastest first point take either, so they're going to have to keep that in mind. They have done a good job of maintaining their ultimates, however. Both support ultimates ready to go here for Dallas. Bounty is going to have his Valve up again very quickly here, and Raucus isn't far off either, so this should be a fairly even fight going into it.
Well, they're definitely going to invest because they've already invested the Primal Rage. You don't do that unless you're going to follow up on it, but a nice bullying out by Cool Matt, who will not let these supports in to take the fight onto the point. They want to fight outside of it first.
Oh, that's a great time pot. Cool Matt with the self-destruct, just buying so much time, delaying things here for Dallas on the high ground at least, and we still have, oh, there it is. Jake hunts down the high-value target. Custa is no more. That heals, the resurrect, everything is out the window here for Dallas.
That's so important because their own Mercy was down. Banny was out of that fight, so they need to equalize the healing potential on the other side of things. Now Linkser's just going to be able to run wild on the Tracer. How they ever take this man out of a lineup is a question I still want to get answered. He cleans up on the point. They will push them back. Ultimates have reset, and they both have Transcend to work with. At least they didn't double up on the support ultimates.
Yeah, both Valks got used very quickly. You were just kind of waiting. When are the Transcendences going to get used here by either one of the Zenyatas? And they decide to hold on to him, so we will have a bit longer of a fight here. Linkser about to get his pulse bomb, though, and Muma will have a perfect delay tactic in the Primal Rage.
Next micro battle is Effect versus Cool Matt. Effect wants to get to this high ground and pop that Tactical Visor. Tactical Visor is out. Matt is usually Johnny on the spot, trying to harass that high ground up there. And really no kills from that Tactical Visor at all.
You have to keep an eye on him, though. Jake! Huge tire from him, picks up 3, and Linkser eventually finds his heart's desire. Takes down Custa. He was harassing the backline that entire time. You were waiting for Dallas to react to him, but just so much damage coming in from Jake. There's nothing you can do about that.
It's a noise you don't hear that often, and it is the team kill horn, and it started off because of this. He gets pressured down, decides it's time to let it rip, quite literally. Climbs a wall, finds his targets. That's
Beautiful.
devastating.
And he even manages to clip Custa a little bit, or at least Custa having to deal with the flanks coming in from Linkser. Linkser doing a great job working together. Jake is that hard point defense man, just pumping damage in. And again, another kill for Jake. He is so good at Junkrat right now. He is just shutting down Dallas left and right. Another one rolls in, and they are just, well, completely stopping Dallas cold. 2 minutes left on the clock here for Dallas.
I think most importantly, they're shutting down Effect no matter what hero he is on. He's had absolutely no impact in the last 2 maps. He got shut down on Widow on Junkertown. His Tracer's been rocked a couple times. His 76 got absolutely nothing, and he's one of the most talented players in all of the league, not to mention this team, and they can really take their cues from him emotionally.
This is, I mean, that is what the analyst desk was mentioning as well going into this. You know, he is the rock that this roster is built around.
And again!
Unbelievable. Really keep the pressure up on Effect. If you can completely shut him out like this, life is going to get very difficult for Dallas. Jake with the high ground advantage as well. You can see exactly what he wants to be doing here, just making sure that if you try and push through any of these choke points, if you are Dallas, you're going to take some damage. And he's got the Riptire again. This is unbelievable. It feels like he's got the Riptire every single team fight.
It does charge pretty quick. They've had no one to be able to get up there and deal with them. A lot of these, well, here comes another tower yet again. That's one way to deal with them up top. Send everything you have at him.
Interesting, because that's going to force things out. Cool, Matt, he will be able to find the pick on Coco, and there's the trance. Buying time, both Zenyatta's using their ultimates here, trying to keep their teammates alive as best they can. Raucus, good positioning from him, can just rain the orbs in, and he's just looking over this battlefield, calling out the targets, making sure that his team are focusing, and Jake, he's more than happy to oblige.
A lot of harmony on this point, but a lot of discord in the Dallas ranks as they get taken down one by one. The tanks who died very early in this fight come in late and get staggered yet again. We are nearing the 30-second mark for Houston to hold on point B.
And what do they have to work with? Seagull swapped over to Soldier in desperation. They need to find some kills somehow here. And Custa, no support ults here to make the difference either. Raucus is definitely further along to his trance, so he might even be able to farm that for them in the next fight here.
It's possible, and they're going to have to kill a lot here. Muma, at a certain point in time, is going to pop off and get himself 1,000 HP that will at least stall the Primal Rage. Instead, he's just going to play Bouncer again. The supports are denied access.
Yeah, fantastic work. Costa caught by Linkser, and Linkser with a follow-up on Chips. The backline is dead for Dallas. They have no sustain. They need to get kills. Where are they going to happen, though? Seagull does manage to find Linkser in the end, so that's a big kill, and Effect is still alive on that point. Maybe they can turn it here, Dallas, but the supports are still alive, and sure enough, Raucus gets his trance in the end. This should spell disaster for Dallas. There's no way they can keep up on it, and the wick is burning, Hex.
Don't think they even got 33%, which would be one of those markers and call it a tick. That will not revert. It's very close. They did not. Houston has brought the defense.
There it is, sure enough. Jumping for joy. I mean, why not? Dallas right now are on the back foot. You can see Seagull with a bit of a sigh there. You know that the frustration is going to be mounting. Nothing seems to be working for Dallas.
They do look a little bit exasperated right now. Now, of course, losing one person on the entry is always a bad sign, and that usually is not where you want to fight. But what was happening to Dallas is losing both of anything is always the worst. So you lose Effect, and then you lost Seagull. Well, that fight's over because you have no damage. Or you lose your Mercy, and then you lose a Zen. Well, that fight's over because you don't have any healing. If you lose one of the two, it often happened with the tanks as well. Coco would go in and get aggressive, he would die, then Mickey would die shortly after because they can't peel for each other. They were dying in pairs, which means those fights are unwinnable situations.
How do you remedy that? I mean, is that because you have the duos? I mean, okay, yeah, I'm kind of throwing you to the bus here, Hex. Sorry about that, but in terms of, you know, because they do kind of work as duos, as little teams in the bigger scope of things, in the bigger team. Is this just, do you think it's communication right now? They aren't quite clicking?
You know, I mean, one of the options is you can try to do a little more squad-based play, which you send maybe the Mercy in with one tank and one of the DPS on one side. Because what was happening, more than once, both of their healers got shut out for trying to go up top. The Zen and the Mercy were both up there, and whether it be Matt with a self-destruct or Muma going up top and bullying them out with a Primal Rage, the rest of the team had gone in, and then Houston shut the door and the supports coming in. So if you squad up and maybe go one of the angles, it seems opposite to what you want to do in Overwatch, group up, but when they're dying in pairs like that, maybe that's the option.
Well, Jake was certainly a thorn in their side, so I'm curious to see how he carries out here. On the offense, we have swapped again, and we're going to get into it. Can Houston extend their lead 2-0, or will Dallas be able to turn it around here and get a win? Well, Dallas pretty much need that hard hold on the first point. They cannot let Houston make any progress, and so we'll see. Do they change it up? And, well, Raucus on the Sombra already to start things off here for Houston. I like this strategy.
The man of a million heroes, he's going to hack that pack. The rest of his team is going to get in there and try to take damage. It will slow down their Valkyrie charge because they want to be charging up the EMP first and foremost. Raucus now going to kind of tickle people in the back. In fact, he's going to try to back up and pull them onto the point. They are expecting it. He knows Roadhog's there, and the one thing you have to dodge as a Sombra is stuns and hooks. Good job by Raucus.
Yeah, very quick reactions there to translocate back to the health pack. He'll be able to get, well, stay alive, and there we go. The moment's hesitation on my part, but Lingzer certainly didn't hesitate on his side, and he could have got the follow-up, but he has to reload. Never mind. Both supports dead. This is a disaster for Dallas. They are falling apart.
Lingzer couldn't have better sightlines if he was mind controlling these supports. They seem to go wherever he wants them to. It is like the sniper rifle is guiding them. They are being baited out left and right. It's a similar thing to what happened in Junkertown. He takes down the Zenyatta. Then the Mercy has to come in because he's a high priority res. And you are walking right into sightlines, friends. And that is a quick first take. They didn't even have to use EMP. They have it for this next fight, and they'll have Valk. Custa, only 40% on his Valk. Huge kill, though. That's nice.
That's big. That's big. There's the delay. And you're right. Having that EMP can make the world of difference. They are very light on the ultimates right now on Dallas' side. And they aren't even waiting. They're just going to let him sprint back in. I mean, that is something that Raucus on Sombra has in his toolkit. He can move a bit quicker than others. Mickey will get the D-Mech on Cool Matt. Jake, though, with the trade, and there it is. Lingzer, again, out in the open. Does get found by Siegel, though, but the damage is done. Jake and Banny reign supreme right now.
They will res that back up, and as they try to finish out this point, remember, they don't even have to finish. They do just finish like that because they only needed 33%. Houston Outlaws out to a blazing fast 2-0 lead over the Dallas Fuel.
So quick. The strats are working. Lingzer is on point. He seems to hit every shot, and now it seems like Dallas just want to help him out as well. I mean, right now, they need to have a bit of a chat during this break. That will be coming up. We will have the halftime coming up here, but yeah, definitely a reason to get pumped here for Houston. Everything seems to be working for them right now.
If any team needed a halftime, it is those boys in blue right there. Dallas needs to regroup. They need to figure out what is going on, what is not working, as they are in danger of going 0-3 to open their Overwatch League careers.
I'm very curious to hear what the desk have to say here as well going into the halftime, because there's a lot to cover that Dallas needs to fix if they have any chance of bringing this back to a 5th map.